everybody. My name is Terri Sproul, and I want to welcome you to my studio. For you guys who are watching me live, thank you very much. If you are finding this later, this is a live show every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. and Pacific Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come join us so that way you can chat with us and ask me questions. We are going to continue on doing the art journals, and so we're going to continue with the art journals tonight, and I don't have a really cool technique to show you in mind, but hopefully we'll come up with a really cool page. Real quickly, first I want to show you my shirt. Hold on, let me show you my shirt. Kind of hard because my studio is kind of small, but let me take the logo off. Hold on. See my shirt I made today?
Lift it up.
Better?
Higher. Higher.
No. We don't need to see my belly. But that's my shirt that I made today using RIT dyes. And they have a new product out called Color Perfect. And it's, you know how most RIT dyes you either have to mix it or, you know, add water to it or whatever. These are actually in a bottle pre-mixed for you. And I put a sprayer top on it and made this shirt. If you are interested in seeing that, you can go over to ritdyestudios.com and up in the search put in my name and you can see all the directions on how I made this shirt. So I was kind of excited because RIT really liked it today. They called or emailed me and told me how much they liked it, so I was excited. Made my day. What else is going on? Real quickly, also there's a design team call if you're interested in being on a design team with the Robin's Nest. It's a scrapbooking company. They've been out for like 16 years now, and you can find that at chatteringrobins.blogspot.com. So that's that. I'm going to switch. Thank you. If you do have a question for me, please put your comments or questions in bold so that I can do my best to catch them. Or caps, I meant, not bold, caps. Thank you. I thought it was sassy too. It was kind of fun to make too, Daniel. Thanks. I also do have Joe here checking on questions also, so I'll do my best to catch them all. I am going to switch cameras. Turn on my other light here and get going. Okay, first I wanted to show you this though. I am doing a class at the Prima Warehouse. They asked me to be a guest teacher, and this is the project I came up with. So this is all made with 100% Prima products. Paper, everything is all Prima, and these is actually made out of envelopes. Let me zoom out so you can see the inside pages. So I'll just quickly flip through this. So I'm pretty proud of this little book. It was fun to make, and there's actually little pockets here. You know, part of the envelopes you can make pockets, so there's a pocket on each of these ends here. And actually I made this one a little different. There's actually a pocket this way on this one. So there you go. So that's my cute little book made for Prima. So that's all their products. So if you live in the San Diego area or even LA area, come visit me. I'll give you more information about that later. Okay, I did do a tiny bit of prep work prior to us showing up here tonight. While I was visiting Joe in Ohio, I came across this wonderful book full of music sheet. I was just thrilled. For 25 cents.
Whoa. That was $30.
Yeah, because he kept charging me more and more as we found it. But it was 25 cents, and look at all those sheets of paper in it. So the first thing I did is I grabbed my gel medium. I ripped 2 sheets out, and I glued it to the back of our my page. So that was my prep work. Because I just love having musical pages and text also. I like either text or music sheets. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, these butterflies masks are from Sin City Stamps. So I'm going to use them in the background here. I almost have gotten to the point where I'm just going to use them because they're getting so pretty with all the colors that I'm spraying over them. So I'm going to lay these on and spray over them. And I'm going to use dilutions tonight. Well, thank you. I'm glad everybody likes my, I'm a new, how do I access the class? You're not seeing anything? Joe, can you put in a comment for Catherine to click the start button on the top there so that she can get going? Thank you, Joe. As you see here, all I did was lay those butterflies out. Now I'm going to grab my dilutions because I haven't used them in a while. That's the only reason. You know, it's like you use the same thing over and over, you kind of get bored and you're going, oh, what haven't I used in a while? And since I've been using a lot of paint, I thought I'd grab my dilutions tonight. This first one I'm using is the Pure Sunshine, and I'm just going to spray directly over the masks. And I don't have a tissue here, but I always, oh, here's one, remind you to clean off your nib when you use your sprays so they don't get clogged up on you. This one is, honestly, I'm blind, Fresh Lime. Oh, that one's not working. Oh, there it goes. I got that little bit of spray on there. Oh, remember to clean off your nib. Trying to do my own habits. And this last one is called Lemon Zest. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's my start of my background. I'm going to pull those off. And these masks...
Well, I wish I had some of those sheets of music. How many did you leave me?
I didn't leave you any, but if you want some, I'll send them to you. You had them for a week. Why didn't you rip some out?
I should have stole the book.
Yes, you should have, because it was a steal and a half. It was actually a score.
At $35. It was great at $35.
Yeah, it was actually a score. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, God. I just got it.
Sorry, had to do it. Okay, most of you know that dilutions never truly dry. So if I put something over top of these, I'm going to have bleeding problems. So I could spray it with a finish, and since I'm in the house doing a class, and that's really bad to start with a spray of finish. I know these masks are so pretty. I'm going to use gel medium and a dry paintbrush. Make sure your paintbrush is dry when you do this technique. Hi, Terry. Hello, Donna and Robin. So yeah, you should not spray in the house. You know, if you don't have like every window open and a fan on and all that good stuff. So this is going to seal it for me. Now, if you use a wet paintbrush, it's going to move that ink. If you use a dry paintbrush with your gel medium, 90% of the time, and I'm saying that because I have had it move, and it's not tonight at all, it doesn't move. So see there? It did not bleed through at all. I still have that mask. So now my whole background is well protected. So this is a really easy way of using your dilutions without, you know, keeping the paint moving. If you want to seal it and you don't have, because maybe sometimes some of you don't have a spray yet, a finishing spray or a workable fixative is what I usually use. And those things are kind of expensive. I think that can is like, I don't know, 20 bucks. And you might already have gel medium in your studio. Okay. So, and I do buy gel medium in the large container. And this is the matte. I use matte. Unless you want, thank you. The book, people are commenting, asking about the book. The book that I really like is from Cottonwood Arts. This is my favorite journal. While we're waiting for that to dry, I'll show you this real quick. Cottonwood Arts is a cold press notebook journal. It lies flat. The pages are really, really, really thick, as you see. I really, really like this journal. I highly recommend it. The masks were from Sin City Stamps. I do not know they. I do not know they don't even every day. What is that? I'm lost on your question, Sherry. Did not know they.
Oh, she's saying she didn't know that the dilutions never really dry. They do dry, but they'll reactivate if they get wet.
Yes, yes, they dry, but they reactivate. So I probably did that wrong. Yes, cheap hairspray can work as a cheaper fixative, but hairspray does yellow. And just in case, I didn't want anybody to worry about if they're doing an art piece, they might not want to. SinCityStamps.com. But yes, you could use hairspray. Okay, I have 2 stamps here that I want to play with tonight. I just got this one recently. Oh, you love these notebooks too? I love them too, Maxine. These stamps are from Stampendous, and they come with, check this out, these stamps come with a mask for them. Come out of there. Sorry, it didn't want to come out. I had to be forceful. Okay, so when you get this, it comes with the outside mask, I hope you can see that, of just the face. It comes with the face mask. See that? And then it comes with the stamp, and then it comes with a flower that goes on top. Okay? So the first thing I did is I'm laying down the mask. I'm going to lay that down. This is not dry, so hold on. Still just a little tacky. Let me quickly dry it. Sorry about it. What's the name of those masks? The butterfly mask, I believe they're called butterfly masks on the Sin City Stamps website. Okay, that's good enough down there, dry enough. I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to grab a makeup sponge. And my favorite paint to use whenever I'm doing a face is Golden's Titan Buff. But, if you found another one that you really like, go for it. This is the one that I prefer. Just going to put a couple drops down for myself because, as you know, if you buy good quality paints don't need a whole lot. There's a couple companies that I think make awesome paints that I consider good quality paints. One of them is Golden. The other one would be US Art Quest. US Art Quest is usartquest.com. You can buy directly from her. Golden, you got to get it like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, or even Dick Blix has them. So I'm just filling in the color here for her face. So I mask that all off. And see how cool that is? And now, look at that. I have the face done for me already. And I would clean that off later. So when you do a makeup sponge, make sure you keep your makeup, the paint on it really, really light so that it does not bleed underneath your mask. Now, I love the fact that my music sheet is still showing through that. See that? Love that. Very happy about that right now. Okay, next I want to stamp. As soon as I find this stamp. Oh, there it is. Now, I would either use Stays On or Indian ink will both work for this process when you stamp over and you don't want it to bleed. I got to turn this to me so that I make sure I get this stamp beautiful. And this is the face stamp that actually fits right into that mask section that I just laid down. So I'm using Indian ink, but Stays On would also work. you definitely want a permanent ink in this right here. And then I'm going to hopefully get a nice stamp. And I'm not worried that that's not perfect, even though it's pretty close, because I can go in and fix that later. And it was mainly because my paint was still a little too wet. See that? Don't let that dry on your stamp. Fix it late. You know, get it fixed right away so that it doesn't ruin your stamp. So I got most of it off, and I'll clean it up later on. Okay. Now I don't normally use the mask, but this is actually designed for you to go in and lay over top, and then you can color in her eyes and stuff like that. I usually don't worry about that. I can take a small pen and work it in just fine. But it is designed to work that way if you want to play. Okay, where's my other mask? Other stamp I want to use. I can go ahead and get this one done. This is a flower stamp that goes to the goes with this, and I'm going to use. I should use StazOn, but I want a blue. Oh, there's a blue. Okay, I'm going to use StazOn. This is Blue Hawaii. And the reason I'm thinking about blue is because we have yellow in the background, and blue is a contrasting color to yellow. So that's why I instantly thought of going with blue. And why I wanted to go that way. And again, that's not perfect, but I'm going to color it all in. It's all going to work out in the long run. Yeah, I also like these stamps, besides the fact that they have a mask, that they're huge. These are nice big stamps, as you see. I mean, this is almost the size of my palm. See that? So it's a nice big stamp.
That's big, baby.
That's big, baby. See, look how big that is. Isn't that awesome?
Child.
We like it big, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and color that in a few minutes. Okay, because we know how we like it big. Where's that other stamp I wanted to use? I love when I lose stuff. You guys see it on my desk? It was the other face stamp. I wanted to use it. Where did I put it? I want to stamp that too. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. There it is. Okay, this is another face. And remember, I talked to you guys about this a couple weeks ago. When you have a face that's facing a certain way, and I just did it. Damn, I just screwed up. Oh well. I normally would not put her on this side. I screwed this up. I did this backwards. Oh well. No big deal. We're going to work with it. My original plan was she was going to go on this side and she was going to go on this side, because you want her facing in, not facing out. But how I'm going to work with that is now I'm going to take the quote. See, it's going to make me work with it. I'm going to take the quote and put it over here where her eyes is so that you're going more towards that. So I'm going to work with my mistake. Because, right, there is no mistakes in Art Journal. You just fix them. So more Titan Buff real quickly to get this other face coming out. And I won't color this whole thing, just to give you an idea of where I'm going. This is one of their older stamps here.
And Terri, I'm pasting links to all the stamps you're using and products in the chat room if folks could look. I know Maxine missed one, but they're all reposted there.
There you go. Did everybody hear that? So Joe's being really nice and putting all the links to these products that we're using.
Even though you owe me $40 for the music book.
$40. See, guys, it's going up again. You see this torturous I have to put up with? But he hasn't paid his alimony this month, so I'm
I
taking
miss you already. My house is empty without you here.
I know.
We kept you busy, too.
You did. I came home exhausted. I'm still exhausted. Okay, so she's coming out a little better, and I'll go in and do a little more detail, but see how now you can see her face. So they're both coming out for me. Now I want to come in and put a few more colors in it because it's very blue back, or very yellow back there. So I am grabbing, this one is, I can't read the first color because the paint's covering it, but it's some type of turquoise from US Art Quest. And I just got a little on my finger, and I'm just going to give it some color, just around the page. So I'm just going to kind of finger paint here and just get some color on here. And the other reason I want to do this, couple reasons. One, because of the blue that I'm going to have going here, I need to pull that blue over to this page somehow. And yes, I know this is turquoise and not necessarily blue. It's going to help a little. I am bringing some blue in. Here's some blue right here. This is a golden blue hue, this is called. Hello, Rick. Yes, just opportunities. I agree, Terry. So I'm going to grab this blue again, putting it on my finger, and I'm just going to finger paint it in. And just bring in some of the color. See how it's dulling down that yellow a little bit, but yet still, you can still see the strength behind it. Rick just graduated from college not too long ago. When was that, Rick? About a couple of months ago, or a month ago that I seen you posted that you graduated? I want you to know that I was proud of you. He's been going to college for a while now, so that's very cool. Okay, need a little more of that blue. And see how little, I just put a tiny drop down. That's what's good about really good paints, is a tiny little drop can go a long, long way. So look at that page already coming along. Okay.
And Lynn, I know you asked where the chat room is. There's not really a chat room per se. It's really just the stream of comments that you're seeing in the Google Hangout.
Yes, I wish they did have more of a chat in this format, but they really don't. Now I'm going to go in with some fluorescent magenta because I just love this color. And I don't want it to be real strong, so I'm going to be very, very light on my finger. I just love this color. Especially with yellow. Again, it's a very big contrast. And it's really going to bring a lot of highlights into the page. And because of the gel medium, it's kind of giving me a little bit of a resist, which is kind of cool. So it's really making the colors really soft. And we didn't even lose our butterflies. Our butterflies are still back there. You see them? So it really does work well. And make sure whatever you do on one page that you do on the other. You got to keep that continuity going. That these two pages look like they are meant to be one.
Terry, can I see your square stays on inkpad again? I think I found the link to it, but I want to make sure I've got the right one. Yep. So I just posted a sample link for that for a little Etsy shop that has all the square ink pads. It's the same as the rectangular ones. It's just that the packaging has changed.
Yes, and a couple things that's new about them that I really like about them. Remember the old ones you had to have that plastic little top on? No plastic little top anymore. These are seal better, so you're not going to have to constantly be putting, was it only 2 weeks ago, Angie? Wow. Constantly be re-inking these. I got these at CHA, and I have not had to re-ink any of them so far. So that tells me a lot because Stays On, I almost always have to re-ink within a month of owning it. I don't know about anybody else, but that's my luck. I'm going to go ahead and put this blue down again. I'm going to paint in these flowers. And again, I won't do them all. But again, just to give you an idea. And this is where I also want to come in and decide where my light's coming from. On your page, you always have highlights and you have lowlights on your in a design. So once I figure out where I want my lights coming from, that's where I'm going to come back and put more shadows in. So I am using the lighter of the two blues that I pulled out for myself to use tonight. So I'm starting with the lighter blue so that I can come in with the darker blue in a few and add shadows and get some depth in once I figure out where my light comes in. And a lot of times my light, I start looking at the page and I go, wow, it's kind of dark up here, so my light must be coming this way. See what I'm saying? And I just kind of allow my page to tell me where my light is coming from. Sometimes I do tell it where the light's coming from, but sometimes I allow my art to tell me where it's coming in. I just thought of something, Joe, and I won't say it out loud, but about my muse telling me where to do.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Sorry. Inside joke, guys, sorry.
I think Terry's making fun of, I took an art class and they kept saying my muse would speak to me, and I thought my muse must be deaf and non-vocal because I'm not hearing a thing.
So I'm
not as free. I can't do this free stuff, Terry. I like a little more, like, there has to be some structure. You know that. I can't go with the flow. It's just not me.
Yes, I told Joe that about himself. Because I'm kind of the same way. I'm an Aries, and Aries have a tendency of wanting structure. And Joe has got the same thing going. He needs structure. His page has to mean something to him.
That's the part. If it doesn't mean something, if I have to be able to tell a story of every piece I create, or it just does not work right.
Yes. And yes, somebody just asked if this blue is transparent, and yes, it is. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll talk to you guys real quickly about golden paints. Golden paints do a wonderful thing for us, and they show us on the back about their paints. Let's see how well I can get that to focus. The very first line up here on the top says transparent or opaque, and there's a little line. If you'll notice that the line, the little notch, is almost completely over on the transparent part. So that's telling me that this particular paint I'm buying is very transparent. The next one is either matte or glossy. This one is way over there on that glossy side. If it's thin or thick, this one's way over there on the thin side. And the last one says low tack or high tack, and it's in the low tack section. So when you look at your paints, they can really tell you a lot on the backs about what they are. And these are the golden paints that have that ability to read those. So I hope that helps you out. And yeah, I'm definitely going to leave some yellow in the back there because the yellow is definitely coming through and it's really, really intense. And I like the way we're going. But I am going to come in because it is a little intense up here for me, a little too much. So I'm going to grab my white gesso and a credit card. So I'm going to...
Now I know where my credit card went.
Yep. Yeah, it's about damn time you figured that out because you haven't paid your alimony. So I'm just grabbing a little white gesso on my credit card, and I'm kind of wiping a little bit of it off. And I'm just going to quickly just go over this just a little bit, just to tone that down just a tad. And I'm not doing it a whole lot, just going to give it a little more of a highlight. And gesso can also be kind of transparent, so as you see, it's kind of still leaving it very transparent there. Okay, there we go. See that? And that'll dry, even lighten up a little more. I have some pink on my finger and it's pulling it into the paint. So see where we're
Robin,
going?
I don't think she borrowed that card. I think she stole that card.
Oh, you know I did, baby. I'm not stupid. Hey, all the girls in the room are on my side on that one.
And the weird thing, I got a call from the bank, and they're like, "Can you verify the last 5 charges?" It was like a leather fantasy shop, costume shop, bar, another kind of store that I am just not going to talk about, and then a massage service. So now I at least know who's been buying that stuff.
Well, you know, your birthday is coming up. I had to stop at the leather store for you.
Oh, Terry and I went to a leather store actually while she was in college.
Yes, we did.
And we walked in, they had all the leather to make stuff and the tools, and people were making belts and all kinds of stuff. And Terry's like, this smells so good.
It did smell really good. I love leather. I love this quote here, and this is from Versus, and that's versusrubberstamps.com. Listen to this. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Isn't that a great stamp for this page? Now again, what time are we at here? Okay, I got a little time. Good. So once I've got the base of my flowers done, so now I'm going to go in with a darker blue, and I'm going to do, again, I'm still thinking my lighter is down here, my darker is up here, so I'm going to come in and do some darkening on these flowers a little bit, and even fix where it didn't necessarily stamp well. See, this is why I was saying I didn't worry about it, because I can come in and fix that. And again, you see how little paint I put out for myself? This is what I mean, guys, about buying good paints. You need such a little amount. Now, also a good suggestion while I'm painting here is if you also want to make your paints go further, gesso your pages prior to working on them. The only reason I didn't gesso this page is because I see a lot of comments going by. I hope I haven't missed anything. The reason I didn't is because I put that paper back there, so I really didn't need to gesso my page. But if you are starting on a white piece of paper, or the actual paper in the background, come in with your gesso and your paint will go further because it's not going to sink into the paper. Look how pretty this is turning out. You know, it's funny, I see it differently here when I'm looking down than I see it on my screen. It's kind of cool. Now I also need to come in with some highlights there because I have a lot of dark blues, see, going. So you want to come in with almost 3 different colors. And if you don't have 3 different colors, say I only had this one shade of blue, I could add black to that, and I can add white to that, and both of those will give me a different shade. And actually, I'm even going to add a little drop of yellow. Yeah, Lynn, we try to have fun. So a little bit of drop of yellow, too, is going to give me a kind of a little more of a highlight also. It's also going to turn a little green on me. But that's okay. We'll see. Remember, my lights are
That is some Phyllis Diller hair, baby. Look at that.
Isn't she just wild? Actually, I got this idea when I was looking at a picture of Joe while we were at one of the events. He kind of had this wild hair going one day with that hat on.
It kind of looks like that green hat I posted on Facebook.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I cannot be left unattended in a store.
That's for damn sure.
Or at the Graphic 45 booth.
That's for damn sure. So I'm coming in with just a little bit of yellow too. I will definitely not deny that in my flower, just to give it highlights. You know, it's funny. I really don't like the color yellow. I'm going to come in really quick, tight for you there, because I want to show you what I'm doing. I am just, for starters, let me get it to focus. Focus. I am taking my paintbrush and a tiny bit of yellow, and I'm very, very lightly tapping. I'm barely touching the page. So that's how you get these really soft tones without harsh lines. So if you're getting harsh lines when you're painting and you're like, what, how can she get it so light and soft there? That's how I do it. I very softly take my paintbrush and just ever so lightly touch. And I'm getting really pretty highlights. See that? Big difference, huh? Okay. Now, as far as her eyes and everything goes, I would probably go in with, you know, a pen. I'm going to turn this towards me, just because I don't want to put my hand in all the pen, and, you know, fix my imperfect stamp here. So there's no stress on stamping it wrong, because you can just go in and fix it. And the pen that I like, that works very well over top of acrylic paints, is the Scarlet Lime pen. It's a very dark black pen, so that's the one that I would suggest. Also, I'm going in with a graphite pencil, and I'm going to go around the edge here. Again, my highlights were here, so my shadow would be over here. So I'm just going to real quickly go around her face where the shadows would be. And then I take a wet paintbrush, and you can soften that out. I have the wrong pencil. It's this one that actually does that. Sorry, I had the wrong graphite pencil. So once I go in with some water, it kind of softens that out, and it gives it more of a shadow. So see how I have a shadow more going on that side of her face? I'm going to do the same thing here. Just quickly going around there, a wet paintbrush, and soften that in. So it doesn't look like you penciled it in. It looks like it softened it in. So now see how I have really soft shadowing going on there. And I'd probably do a little more around her face. And I'd fix where I missed the stamp here. And also multitasking, watching you and shopping on Sin City Stamps. I like that. You can always multitask and shop at Sin City, especially when I'm just painting, and that's so boring, I know. It's hard to get all this done on a quick show. Okay, she needs some hair. What color are we going to go with? Oh, since we've been crazy, let's go with metallic. We're going to make her have some metallic hair over here. This is incandescent copper fine. Again, it's a golden product. And I didn't necessarily pick up golden, I picked up color. So she's going to have some copper hair. Cool. Happy, happy, happy. Okay. Now I also picked up this swirl stamp to play with. I think I'm going to use the orange. And I'm going to use it just to highlight around the edges here. Again, when you look at your stamps, don't always think you have to use the whole design. You can use just part of the stamp. So I'm going to actually use just half of it and use it as a design around the edge. See that? It's just a tiny bit. Hold on and I'll zoom in for that in a minute. So I'm only getting half of the stamp on there, and it's giving me that really cool swirl stuff. Again, I'm using the Stays On, and I'm using the Orange Zest. And again, I'm using half of a stamp. This particular one is Hero Arts, just heroarts.com. You see that swirl just around the edge? And that's only half the stamp. So look at your stamps in different ways. You don't have to use the whole image. I like that. That's really turning out pretty good. Now I need to grab, hold on real quick while I grab some pens. I'm going to use the Pitt Faber-Castell Pitt pens, and I'm going to color her eyes. Again, coming towards me. And we're going to have a blue-eyed girl here. And we'll make her a blue-eyed girl too. And put some red lips on the ladies. And I would come in with a smaller paintbrush here. And get some more detail right cleaned up around here. I just got too much yellow still on her face. And again, if you color over, or when you're painting and you go over a line that's supposed to be in there, remember you can go in and put that line back in by using your, after you let it dry, of course. So let your paint dry and then go in and draw the line that you just messed up. So nobody will ever know, except for you and me. So, real quickly too, if you want to join my group in Facebook, I have a group called All Things Terri Sproul, and you are welcome to join that. You can put your pages that you are inspired by mine on there. I've been trying to catch up on my life, so I have not done prizes the last couple weeks. But I am going to get back into doing that. So I haven't forgotten on you guys who have been diligently putting your pages up that you like, that are inspired by mine. I appreciate that. I love looking at them, honestly. I'm using way too small a paintbrush to do this, but that's okay. It's what I have in my hand. So look at her. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's really coming out awesome. Okay, has anybody got any questions? We got a lady here from Egypt. Welcome. I think it's Haley or Kaylee. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm probably blowing it badly. Again, since I have a little white on my paintbrush, I'm coming in and just putting a few more highlights in this flower. And as you see, what I'm doing also is I'm taking my finger and I'm blending it out when I do it. Let me zoom in and show you that again. So once I put a little paint down, again going on really softly, I'm blending it out with my finger. So that's another really good trick on how to get your paint to not look so harsh. See that? How soft that looks? compared to if I just painted it on with and made a line. Here's just a line without me. See the difference? That's kind of harsh there. But now I take my finger and blend it out a little. And you got to remember to do that blending when your when your paint is still wet. That's important, because if you let it dry, then it's dry. So as soon as I put it on, I go in with my finger. And if I get too much that's too blue, guess what? Or too white, I can come in with the blue again, and again, pull that in there and make it more blue again. There's no mistaking. You can, if you look at the fine artists, and I'm not saying I'm a fine artist in any way, shape, or form, but they put lots and lots of color on their pages. They put color over top of color over top of color over top of color to achieve what they do in the long run. Thank you, Debbie. I hope you are feeling better, Debbie. Debbie is from New Zealand. She has been sick in the hospital lately. I hope she's feeling better. But yes, so really liking the way her hair is coming out. Okay, back off. There you go. So there's basically my page. I think I'm actually pretty happy with it. I might do a little more detail in her face, cleaning it up just a little more. But you can see where the music that we started with is still in the background. That mask is still there. You can still see those throughout the page. So my point on this whole page was layering. So I got a lot of layers going on, from the base layer that we started with the sprays, with the masking, with the stamping, and just layering and layering and layering and layering. I think it's awesome. I hope you like it too. So I'm going to quickly change back.
Terry, folks are saying they can't find a way to get the Stampendous products in Australia. Email Laura Weed. I posted her email address into the comments. I work a lot with Laura. She's delightful to work with. If Laura can't hook you folks up down under, if you email me, I would be happy to quote what it would take for me to send them to Australia. So don't freak out. We can help you folks down under. Try Laura Weed, W-E-E-D first. That's Laura@stampendous.com. And if she can't help you out, send me an email. I posted my email in the comments, or find me on Facebook.
Well, there you go, guys. I hope that helps everybody out. I'm switching back camera. Maybe? It's not wanting to switch back cameras. I don't know why. Ah, there I am. It didn't want to switch over. It wanted to stay me. Also, let me put in my blog. My blog is terrisproul.blogspot.com. There it is. Please check that out. If you're watching this, please give me a thumbs up. Makes Google happy, and when Google's happy, that makes me happy, because then they keep me. Thank you again for joining me. Join me again next Tuesday night. That's my page. I love the way it worked out. And join my group called All Things Terri Sproul. Thank you for all the new people. I do this every Tuesday night, same time, same station. Comedy's free, all free. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you come back and join us. So if nobody has any questions, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to give it a few seconds to see if any questions pop up. Thank you. Oh, yes, like she's been out for dancing. That's so cool. And
Terry, did you see that video I shared on Facebook of that couple dancing? Did you see that?
I actually seen that last week. Isn't that amazing?
You don't dance with me like that.
Because you didn't take me dancing. I asked 3 times for you to take me dancing while I was there. 3 times. 3.
I'm too old to go to those kind of bars.
And don't whine.
Plus, the people hit on me. I have to reject them. It becomes a drama scene for everybody. It's terrible.
I know, because you're just, he's the belle of the ball. Rick, I want to say again, congratulations on graduating. I'm so proud of you. So, no more questions? And Joe's going to take me dancing next time I show up there. You guys all heard that, right?
And I'm going to lead. I'm going to lead.
You are the queen of the two of us.
Cha, 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 cha.
Okay, guys. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Give me a thumbs up. You got to go to YouTube to give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye. In a second once it posts. Bye.